Have you ever wondered if your brain could be slowly suffocating without you even feeling it? I've seen it happen countless times. Men and women who feel perfectly fine on the outside, while inside their arteries are quietly closing in, like sand, filling a narrow tunnel. There's no warning light, no sudden pain, just a slow dimming of memory, focus and energy until one day something breaks, a stroke, a fog that never lifts a life forever changed. But here's the truth, most people don't realise this silent danger isn't destiny. You can open those vessels again, nourish your brain with oxygen-rich blood, and even reverse years of damage without medications or extreme diets. I've watched my patients do it with simple natural choices at the table and in the kitchen. Today, I'll show you exactly what I've taught them, 7 everyday foods, and one morning drink that research proves can clear your arteries, protect your brain, and keep your hands, feet and mind warm and alive. Because aging isn't about losing time, it's about how well your blood keeps flowing through it. I still remember the first time I explained this to a patient who thought fish is just protein. I told him no fish is liquid medicine for your arteries. When you eat salmon, you're not simply feeding your body, you're fueling a natural cleanup crew inside your veins. Those bright orange fillets are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, the very fats proven by the American Heart Association to lower triglycerides, calm vessel inflammation, and keep platelets from clumping into dangerous clots. Think of your bloodstream like the highway system that keeps every cell alive. Without the right kind of oil traffic jams, accidents happen and flow slows to a crawl. Omega-3s act like premium motor oil, they thin, smooth and cool the lanes, so oxygen and nutrients reach your brain effortlessly. Research from Harvard and the National Institutes of Health shows that adults who eat 2 to 3 servings of salmon per week have up to 35% fewer cardiovascular events and maintain sharper cognitive performance into their 70s. The key is how you cook it, gentle heat, not deep fryers drowning it in grease. I prefer a 6-ounce wild-caught fillet baked at 375 degrees Fahrenheit with olive oil and lemon. Within weeks, most patients notice warmer hands, steadier focus and better sleep. Because when the ocean's oils begin flowing through your veins again, your next question becomes inevitable. If one fish can protect the heart and brain so well, what could a fruit bright red and full of life do next? The next time you slice open a pomegranate, don't just see fruit, see thousands of tiny shields glowing with ruby light. I tell my patients that those seeds aren't simply food, they're nature's armour built to defend the brain and arteries from silent corrosion. Each seed holds polyphenols and anthocyanins, plant compounds proven to increase nitric oxide, the molecule that tells blood vessels to relax, widen and carry more oxygen. In a landmark study from the Technion Israel Institute of Technology, daily pomegranate juice reduced carotid artery thickness by nearly 30% in 1 year. That's not theory, it's transformation. I once worked with a man in his late 60s who couldn't shake the cold from his fingertips. 3 months after adding a small glass of pure pomegranate juice to breakfast, he told me, "Doctor, my hands feel alive again. That warmth wasn't magic. It was circulation returning nitric oxide, reopening roads that had been closed for years. But here's the catch, the benefits vanish if you drown it in sugar. Always go for 100% pure juice or eat the fresh seeds. Toss them into yogurt salads or blend them into a smoothie. Every burst of flavour is like a spark of oxygen rushing to your brain. As I often say, blood flow is life flow, and pomegranate sets it in motion like warm water through frozen pipes. Yet colour alone doesn't guarantee power. The next secret lies not in fruit, but in leaves peppery green and quietly potent enough to reshape your blood pressure from the inside out. When people talk about greens, they usually mention spinach or kale. But arugula, light peppery and often overlooked, might be the quiet hero your arteries have been waiting for. I tell my patients to think of it as nature's pressure valve. Every bite is packed with natural nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, the same powerful gas we saw in pomegranate, but faster acting. It's what keeps your vessels flexible and your blood pressure steady. At the University of Exeter in England, researchers discovered that nitrate-rich vegetables like arugula could lower blood pressure in just a few hours after eating them. That's not a supplement, that's dinner doing what medication often tries to do, and it's not just nitrates at work. Arugula also brings vitamin K, the mineral traffic cop that keeps calcium in your bones instead of letting it harden your arteries. Add a dose of folate, which clears the blood of homocysteine, a compound linked to vascular damage, and you've got one of the most complete cardiovascular defenders on earth. Here's how I use it myself. A handful of fresh arugula cherry tomatoes, olive oil, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Sometimes I saute it lightly with garlic for a mellow flavour, but the raw crunch gives the biggest nitrate boost. It's a humble plant, yet the effect is electric. Within days, blood pressure begins to ease, breathing feels deeper, thinking sharper. When the body feels that lightness, something remarkable happens. You start to crave more foods that make you feel alive. And the next one, Doesn't grow in the ground, it ripens under sunlight, creamy rich and smooth enough to heal from the inside out. There's a reason I call avocado the soft armour of your arteries. One patient once told me he avoided it for years thinking it was too fatty. I smiled and said, "That's exactly why you need it. The fats in avocado aren't the kind that clog, they're the kind that clean. They belong to a family called monounsaturated fatty acids, or MUFAs, the same heart. Protective oils found in extra virgin olive oil. These fats lower the bad LDL cholesterol that sticks to artery walls and raise the good HDL cholesterol that sweeps debris away." In a clinical trial published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults who replaced butter or mayo with avocado for just 5 weeks saw a 13% drop in LDL cholesterol and improved vascular elasticity. To me, that's not a trend, it's chemistry working in your favour. Avocados also overflow with potassium, which balances sodium and relaxes vessel walls, while vitamin E acts like an internal shield against oxidative stress, the rust that slowly stiffens your arteries. I often suggest half an avocado a day, mashed on whole grain toast, diced into salads or blended into a smoothie with spinach and lime. Keep it simple and ripe. Too firm, and you miss the velvet texture that carries its natural oils. Patients often tell me that within 2 weeks their energy stabilizes, their mood lifts, and their skin even feels warmer. That's the power of restored circulation. Your body literally glows when blood moves freely. And as rich as avocado feels, our next ally is its perfect contrast. Tiny weightless seeds that look like nothing, yet pull cholesterol from your blood like a sponge. They look small enough to blow off your palm, yet these tiny black pearls can do what many expensive supplements only promise. When I talk about chia seeds, I tell patients they're like nature's janitors sweeping away the cholesterol your body doesn't need. Each spoonful contains alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, and a remarkable dose of soluble fibre that binds to fats in the digestive tract, carrying them out before they can settle into your arteries. A study from the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism showed that participants who added chia seeds to their diet lowered LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels while raising HDL, the protective kind. But what fascinates me most isn't just the data, it's how fast the body responds. Within weeks, blood feels lighter, and many tell me they sleep better and think clearer. That's circulation quietly improving from the inside. The trick lies in how you prepare them. When chia seeds touch water, they swell into a gel-like texture that slows digestion and evens blood sugar. I usually mix 1 tablespoon of chia with 3 tablespoons of water, let it sit for 15 minutes, then stir it into yogurt or oatmeal. The mild flavour disappears, but the benefits stay powerful. Think of that gel as a soft brush, gliding through your veins, sweeping gently, never harsh. I've seen patients who swapped sugary snacks for chia puddings experience steadier energy and calmer blood pressure. It's a small change, but small changes compound. And the next one comes not from land, but from the ancient olive groves of the Mediterranean, liquid gold that melts inflammation before it even starts. If I could place just 1 bottle in every American kitchen over 60, it would be extra virgin olive oil. Not the pale flavourless kind hiding on supermarket shelves, but the rich green gold oil cold pressed from Mediterranean olives. I tell my patients, this isn't just oil, it's your daily dose of prevention. Inside every tablespoon lies a balance of monounsaturated fats and polyphenols compounds that act like a detox team for your arteries, dissolving inflammation before plaque ever has a chance to form. The pre-dimed study from Spain followed more than 7,000 older adults at risk of heart disease. Those who consumed extra virgin olive oil daily had nearly 30% fewer strokes than those on a low-fat diet. It's the polyphenols doing the heavy lifting, neutralizing free radicals, calming vessel walls, and keeping blood flexible enough to reach even the smallest capillaries in your brain. I've seen people switch from vegetable oils to olive oil, and within weeks their skin brightens, their thinking sharpens, and the fatigue that once crept in after lunch begins to fade. My favourite routine is simple drizzle 2 tablespoons a day, 1 over salads, another over roasted vegetables or warm soup. Avoid deep frying, high heat destroys the compounds that make this oil magic. Real olive oil tingles the back of your throat, that peppery kick means it's alive with antioxidants. Think of it as nature's lubricant, letting your blood glide instead of grind. Yet for all its smoothness, the next food I share brings fire literally. A spice so bold it heats your tongue and wakes your arteries all at once. Every so often I meet a patient who says, "Doctor, I can't handle spicy food." I smile because a pinch of cayenne isn't about burning your tongue, it's about lighting a small fire in your bloodstream, the kind that keeps you alive. The warmth you feel is capsaicin at work, the active compound that gives cayenne its kick. It triggers your blood vessels to release nitric oxide, relaxing and widening them so your blood can move freely. The Journal of Clinical Investigation published research showing that capsaicin activates receptors in vessel walls that prompt this nitric oxide release. The result? Smoother, flow better, oxygen delivery and lower inflammation throughout the body. For many that means less stiffness, warmer extremities and a sharper mind. Capsaicin doesn't just open the vessels, it keeps them young. It also supports metabolism, helping maintain a healthy weight, one of the best ways to reduce arterial pressure. I suggest starting small, a light sprinkle, just 1/8 of a teaspoon, in egg soups or even smoothies. Gradually your taste buds adjust and so does your circulation. One of my favourite patient stories is from a man in his 70s who began adding cayenne to his morning omelette. "I don't need gloves anymore," he said, after 2 months holding up his warm hands in the middle of winter. That's what better blood flow feels like, not just in your hands, but through your heart, brain and entire body. Fire cleanses and renews. It burns away stagnation, but balance is key. After the heat, the body craves, calm a ritual that cools, detoxifies, and reawakens your morning energy. And that's where the next secret comes in: a drink that blends sunlight, spice and warmth into one perfect start to your day. Every morning, before I check my messages or pour coffee, I prepare one simple ritual: a cup of golden light. It's warm, bright and powerful enough to wake the body better than caffeine ever could. I call it the Golden Trio: lemon, ginger and turmeric. Together they form a natural detox that restores balance, circulation and mental clarity before the day even begins. Lemon delivers a sharp burst of vitamin C, one of the body's strongest antioxidants. It shields your artery walls from oxidative stress and helps rebuild the collagen that keeps them elastic. Ginger brings its fiery compounds gingerol and shogol, which research in the American Journal of Physiology shows can reduce clot formation and improve blood flow. Then comes turmeric, the ancient root behind centuries of healing. Its active ingredient, curcumin, fights inflammation so effectively that a study in the American Journal of Cardiology found it helped prevent artery narrowing after heart procedures. To make it, I squeeze half a fresh lemon into 8 ounces of warm water, add a teaspoon of grated ginger and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Then the secret, a pinch of black pepper, which boosts curcumin absorption by over 2000%. The taste is earthy and clean like morning itself. When my patients start this ritual, they often notice warmer hands, clearer thinking, and steadier energy within weeks. The drink doesn't just cleanse, it awakens. It reminds the body what flow feels like, what vitality truly is, because when blood moves freely, life moves freely. And as I always tell them, once you've tasted that feeling of warmth and clarity, you'll never want to go back to the old way of starting your day. So here's what I want you to remember. Every artery in your body is a living pathway feeding not just your brain, but every muscle, every spark of movement that keeps you independent and strong. What you eat today decides how freely that blood will move tomorrow. Salmon, pomegranate, arugula, avocado, chia, olive oil, cayenne, and that golden morning drink. They aren't just foods, they're tools to rebuild circulation, protect your memory, and keep your muscles alive with oxygen. It's never too late to start. Even small consistent changes can reopen what time tried to close. Take one step each week, swap oils, add colour to your plate, drink warmth instead of sugar. Your heart will beat easier, your legs will carry you farther, and your confidence will grow with every healthy choice. I care about helping you stay strong, not just in body but in spirit, because health isn't about living forever, it's about living fully with the energy to move, think and love. If this message resonated with you, save this video as a reminder of what's possible. Tap like, subscribe and turn on the bell for new evidence-based tips to keep your body and muscles thriving. And tell me in the comments, which habit will you start today?